Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you the pencils I use for my darkest of values. Now if you don't know this, dark values can really make your artworks look special, rich, and give you that finishing touch. Now for most persons, the reference they have is way darker than the artwork they are doing. That is because some persons actually know those values, but they don't know how to get those rich values. Today I'm going to show you the pencil I use for my darkest of values, which can equally match up to that reference to make your artworks look more professional and realistic. So without any further ado, let's open that Pandora box, shall we? So guys, welcome back. Here are the pencils I use for my darkest of values. These are made from the same company. The one you are seeing here, it's kind of familiar. This is the General Charcoal Pencil Soft Value. And over here is still a General Charcoal Pencil, but it's not really that known. I don't see a lot of artists making use of this. This is the Kimberly General Charcoal Pencil, the 9XXB. There is a slight difference between these two, and I'm going to show you here in this tutorial. This is what I use for these values you are seeing here, this dark value. They can be extremely dark and they don't reflect. In the past years, I used very funny and different materials to get very dark values. That entails using ink pen. Previously, I used ink to get dark values for my drawings, like the glass you're seeing here, and you see this neck area. I use ink pen to get these values, but the problem is that it tends to give me strokes, which makes your artwork so unrealistic, and at most times it does not always blend with the artwork. And back then I was using graphite, so graphite tend to reflect when I try to get very dark values. So I will never advise anybody to use your graphite pencil to get very dark values. When it comes to creating dark values, you want to use a charcoal pencil rather than your graphite pencil. Over here, this is something I'm working on, a personal portrait, and no matter how I tilt this, it will not reflect because it is charcoal. These two pencils I use to get very dark values, but I'm going to show you the difference between these two values and when I use them. The major difference between these two pencils is that this green Kimberly here is a lot stickier than the normal General Charcoal Pencil. So now if I should apply this to the paper, it will stick and bind to the paper. And one thing I love about this is that it will hardly smudge and it does not reflect. Same thing to this guy, it does not reflect, but it can easily smudge on the paper. This has a more brilliant black than this guy. You might not be able to tell the difference, but the major difference here is that when it comes to creating very large backgrounds, you want to use this guy because you can easily smear off the surface and you can easily blend this to other areas. But moving on to this one here, it does not really smudge like the way the other one does. It sticks a lot to the paper. When it comes to erasing, this is a lot more harder to erase than this guy over here. I'm going to try to use an electric eraser to erase this to see how well it goes. So let's have a look. The green Kimberly Generals is a lot sticky, as you can see here. The normal General Charcoal Pencil is not as sticky as this guy here. Now when these two pencils are combined to create very dark values, the effect can be massive. You can use this guy to create very dark backgrounds, as it gives you the ability to blend and smoothing things out. This can be used to create very extreme values at some regional joints. I don't normally use this for a general background shading because this is almost as close as this. You can hardly tell the difference between these two guys. You notice that here is a lot more darker than this area. This area I use my normal General Charcoal Pencil, and over here I use my Kimberly General Charcoal Pencil, and you can see how dark this gets. Although this is not the darkest level of this, but it's a lot more easier when you're trying to blend things around and lighten your dark values with this guy. You don't want to try it with your Kimberly General Charcoal Pencil. So using this Kimberly here can really change your drawing experience for the best. It can give you very dark values that most pencils can't give you. So if you are the kind of person that loves rich black and dark values, you might want to get this and make use of it. I'm Bob Links and this is Links Art. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, ring out the bell so you don't miss tutorials. Till I see you next time, keep creating.